I think when it comes to Macron's rhetoric, it's important to highlight how it's being received in the Muslim world. Where Macron talks about the protection of freedom of speech and the protection of liberties, it's important to highlight that in the Muslim world, this is being received as, we will continue to mock your prophet, we will continue to mock your religion and your sacred beliefs, and we will subject you to mockery and ridicule. And we have no regard for how the vulgar manner in which we are mocking and ridiculing your sacred beliefs offends your sensibilities. In other words, it's being received with an incredible lack of empathy as to why a Muslim might be upset that their prophet is being depicted in this manner. The nastiness is compounded by the fact that when a white supremacist commits an act similar to that committed by this mentally unstable individual who killed the teacher who showed the cartoons to students, the standards that are applied are very different. There is a concerted effort by the state in such situations to confine accountability to the individual and not the community, in order to maintain some semblance of social cohesion and calm that allows justice to take its due process and apply accountability accordingly. But when it is a Muslim who does it, there is a sense, there is a perception that there is no focus on the actual individual or the mental state of the individual, but rather a concerted effort to paint the entire community with one brush. It is important also to highlight that Europe quite simply cannot understand why the Prophet Muhammad is revered in the manner that he is today. For Europe, which had a bitter war with the church and relegated religion to the personal sphere, religion is anti-science and anti-progress. But in the Muslim world, the perception is the opposite, that Muhammad and the Quran were the catalysts for scientific development and social advancement that continue to have an impact on the world today. It was the Quran that talked about maraj al-bahrain yaltaqiyan baynahuma barzakhun la yabghiyan, that between the seas there is a barrier and they do not overlap. And Jacques Cousteau argued it's because of the different densities. It was the Quran that inspired al-Khawarizmi's algebra and algorithms and al-Biruni's astronomy. Muslims assert that the Prophet has every right to be respected as an intellectual, respected as an impetus and catalyst for science, and deserves better than the vulgar criticism that he is being subjected to in France. The issue is not freedom of speech, but rather the freedom to ensure the preservation of human integrity and afford the respect where it is due. That is the crux of the issue. Criticize the Prophet Muhammad, but do it respectfully.